What's happening, guys? Husky Shane here. I got a new video for you. What we're going to be doing is putting a new stereo in my car, in my daily driver car, that is. So here we go. Stereo to a factory car location, you're going to need a couple of different things. So you're going to need something like this. This is what comes with the stereo itself. Wiring harness. It gives you some instructions on what all these wires are and what colors they are. Then this should come with your install kit. It's like a junction. This plugs into the factory harness, and then this wires in to this. Now how I'm going to be doing this is I bought these self-soldering heat shrinks. So these have, let me get one of these out of here. So basically this, it's a heat shrink, but you can see that inside of there it's got its own solder. So you heat that up with a heat gun or a lighter or a torch or something, and then not only will it heat shrink around the wire, but it'll solder it also. So I've never used these before, so we'll kind of see how they work out. I don't know if they're any good or not, but the reviews on them seemed pretty good, so we'll give it a shot.
Taking shots at the enemy, I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the noose off. And you cannot save me, cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots. You are not as tough I don't slack, don't lose, learn your lesson yet. When I get to choose what I do, I'm like a weapon. I'm not sharp as many, but got hard. I'm ready to change scars to envy, to win large and plenty. I like to play fast, never change back. Calling out, I'll pay back, cause I'm great at that. Oh, you cannot save me, cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I'm
wiring harness. It looks something like this. Get it in frame there, yeah. So all the wires, I color matched them all, heat shrunk them all, soldered them all with my soldered heat shrink, and that's what it looks like. So next what we're going to do, we're going to test the tape it, make it look all nice and neat, and then hook it up to the radio. Let's see how it turns out. Alright, and so when you're done, you end up with something like this. Now these little pigtails coming out of here, that's my remote wire. That's another ground wire, just in case I need to ground something. This is for my steering wheel controls if I ever want to hook those back up. But yeah, you end up something like that. So it turned out pretty good, I think. Alright, working on taking out the interior in my car here. getting ready for the amp install and the stereo upgrade and everything else. This is what we're working with here. I already removed the seats, so those just required, you know, removing some bolts and whatnot. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take off the door. Take off this front door here. We already did that side, so now we're going to do this side. Alright, let's see how it goes. Alright, so what needs to be done is there's a screw here, and there's one right here, and then you got to pop this off, and then once you get the door off, there's a couple other screws underneath this panel here. So I'll kind of take you step by step through that. Those screws are right here, and then you got one right here. And then once you got those off, and then you got that, the sail panel off, and then it's got these little attachments on it that you just kind of pop off. Then you can just kind of pull the door up like this, and then it comes right off. Alright, and then once you get that panel pulled off, you end up with something like this. Alright, we're going to do that to all four doors, and then we're going to take the carpet out. So we'll get back with you. Okay, so we've got these speaker baffles that we're going to be using to mount the new 6x9s, 6.5s, and you can see this part was a pain in the ass, right? Like the car has this sort of indentation here, so I don't know if you can see that, but the very first ring here I had to put a baffle, like a chamfer on it to get it to fit inside there, and then I mounted another one on top of that. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this with some sound deadening and then put some speaker foam here. You can see I've already got that side done, and we're going to do it with the front doors as well. So, and then just got wiring out the wazoo to do. So anyway, I'll get back with you once I've done a little bit more work to it. Okay, and this is what it looks like once it's ready for the speaker. I added some more sound deadening stuff. It goes all the way around here. And then I took some of this stuff, and that's what I made the gasket out of. So, anyway, that's how it came out. All right, update time. Got quite a lot going on here. Got everything wired up. So, got all the speakers in the doors. Got the amp mounted. Just an old Jensen amp. I've probably had that amp for 15 years or so. Got the crossovers carpeted and made this amp rack there. It's bolted down. I put some threaded inserts in the sheet metal, and that's how I bolted that down. Got all the wires running with the factory harness there. And what we ended up doing too is I added, you can see there, added a fuse box. That way if I need more power, more circuits somewhere, I've got those available. And then what we've got here, there's the stereo. Obviously that's not all the way in yet. I don't know if you can see it, but basically I've got a 5-pin relay down there, And then you can see I've got right there distribution block, and those are my two remote turn-ons. And for my 4-channel, for my subwoofer amp, when I get that installed, I still don't think you can see it, but that relay is right down there. That way when I want to add lights, I want to add fans, I want to do all that, that I can just connect those in place there. And I've got a cover for that, that way none of that shorts out. And I'll show you what we got under the hood. Okay, so got 2 power wires coming off of there. This one is to that fuse box that you guys saw. Runs on the back of the firewall and then goes through the firewall right there. And then this red one, this is to the amp itself. Runs along here. Got it fused up right here. And then there's a little channel under the car. This is a unibody, so it doesn't have a frame. There's a little channel.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna